You might be wondering, why such dramatic music? Why such the house on fire? Well, if you didn't notice, house on fire is actually the house I'm mowing right now. Hence the boarded up windows and the scarred roof. But that's just one of the reasons why I took this particular house on and why I volunteered to do it for the entire season for free. So recently, you may have heard me talk a lot about fire safety and battery safety in general. I think I mentioned that there were two houses in my neighborhood, one that caught on fire because of a Makita battery charger, and one because of a DeWalt battery charger. This was the Makita battery charger. Now, to kind of get into why I chose to do this for free, this is a family that could definitely afford to pay me, but I made the choice to go ahead and take this on the entire season at no cost to them. And the reason why was for not so much for financial support, but for emotional support. They have one less invoice they have to worry about, one less bill they have to pay, just one less everything. And this is one of my neighbors. I just want to be neighborly in their time of need. So I've been mowing this all season. This was actually the first mow that I did, and you see I'm kind of picking up some loose trash right there. That's been an ongoing issue with just debris over the lawn this entire season, having to go through, pick up trash, just things blowing off the house, loose insulation, things like that. But we keep it clean. And when I took this on, the homeowner gave me very, very strict guidelines, extremely strict. The guidelines were, you just don't want a city violation. So he wasn't too concerned about everything being prim and proper and perfect. Just make sure the grass gets short and he doesn't have to worry about a city violation. So it was just an easy, very easygoing customer to work with, I guess you can say, if you want to call it a customer. But this is, like I said, my neighbor. And I just wanted to make it easier for them with everything that they're dealing with through dealing with insurances and contractors. And at this time, they were already trying to find a new place to live in the meantime. And, they have kids. I also probably want to mention, too, that with dealing with the fire, everybody got out at least physically okay. Like I said, there are going to be some emotional scars from such a traumatic event, but everybody got out physically okay, and they just need to, heal emotionally, I guess you can say, after such a traumatic event. And, I'm looking forward to them moving back in the neighborhood, to be honest with you. So that's what I have to say about that. Now, I also want to note, too, because everybody's, they have pets. Yes, they had pets, and all the pets got out okay, unharmed. The neighborhood was very great about rallying together around this family in the aftermath of all of this. And like I said, this is a free mow. I've been doing it all season for free, and this was the first mow of the season. I just did not get around to putting together the editing until now. And it kind of shook me up too when you start having such tragedy happen so close to home. It kind of gets difficult to do this. But you can see the front yard really isn't that bad. That was one of the big issues that I had. Like I said, I was looking at the front yard. The front yard doesn't grow very fast, and I really didn't even know if I was going to mow, but we decided to mow. But here's the backyard. Yes, here's the backyard. I did not realize the backyard grew so much more than the front yard. The other thing is this gate is very narrow. Now, I did eventually find out, yes, I can get my zero turn through the gate, but I have to set the PTO off because I can't have any excess vibrations back and forth on the deck, and I have to take it very slow and very straight. Otherwise, it won't make it. So this was the first time around. I pulled the Ego out. We bagged the grass. It was tall. It was crazy. I was not expecting the backyard to grow as fast as it does, but it grew quite a bit. So we're going through and we're doing our overgrown mow. And, this has just been an ongoing thing for me all season is just taking care of this property. I put it on my regular Thursday route per se, even though I basically walk to the property. But yeah, I just been ongoing with this, and you can see it's just the grass has just gotten huge in this. Now the grass has not gotten this too terribly bad. We did get a lot of rain at one point in time, and I did skip a week, and yeah, the grass actually at one time got worse than this. But you know, like I said, I've been doing it for free, and all they said was no city violations, and they haven't gotten any city violations, so we've accomplished the goal. Now, I have been looking around trying to take special care and trying to figure out a lot of the different things that I can do now that things are beginning to slow down with the property. One of the things he's been trying to do is grow grass, and the grass has been growing beautifully this year because his dogs haven't been in the backyard to dig it all up. So that's been a plus for the yard. We got some shrub trimming to do and things like that, and I just want to make this property look as nice as possible. So when everything's all nice and fancy and brand new in their new, practically brand new home, that the yard is there to match it. But this little ego can pull its big punches, and what's nice about it too is it mulches very well. So I didn't have to actually empty the bag a whole lot throughout this process. I think I did it throughout the entire backyard, was maybe emptied it 3 times. But there was a lot of grass in that bag. So that's one of the pluses I do like about the Ego, is just how much it can bag. The thing's a beast of a bagger. So, and I don't know if you can also hear it, but that little motor, it is working. It is doing its high-speed thing through the grass, and yeah, it's a pretty crazy mow right here. But I will just sit back and just let you watch me mow for a little while.
We're interrupting this program to give you this special news bulletin. If you like this content, I'm asking that you please like and subscribe to the channel, and maybe leave some nice words of encouragement in the comment section. Thank you. We now return back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Can I tell you how much I hate swing sets? Those little bars and everything you gotta mow around. You gotta weed whip around everything. You got everything hitting you in the face. You gotta move swings out of the way. Oh, it is. I just love it. Absolutely love it. But you can see the Eagle's actually doing a pretty darn good job, and we're trucking along. So, pertaining to a lot of this, one of the big things that the homeowner was told by the insurance company was make sure the lawn gets mowed. And the reason why is because the insurance doesn't cover it, and the insurance isn't going to pay somebody to do it, and the cities typically will hit you with a city violation. So that was where the direction came in, just, no city violations. And he only knew of one landscaper, which was his neighbor, which was me. And so I decided to take it on. So this property is now in November, and I'll be honest with you, they're not going to be getting in by Christmas, like at the earliest was what they were saying. It takes like a full year typically for a house to be rebuilt after such a large fire. there's a lot of things that are supposed to happen and move forward with. One of them is they're supposed to actually completely tear down the garage and rebuild it. Now, the garage has yet to be torn down. They have done some treatment for the smoke damage that was done inside the house, so that's kind of back on track. But this is the thing: the fire was in the garage, but pretty much everything got destroyed in the house because of smoke damage. I mean, they had to get all new clothes, all new video game systems for the kids. I know you think that might be awful, but I don't know if you ever dealt with a kid without his video game system. It gets rough. So I really kind of sympathize with him on that one, to be honest with you, because I cannot imagine my life without my kid's video game system. Now it gets tricky because you don't want your kid raised by the thing, but at the same time, it makes life, well, a whole lot easier. But I mean, there's just a whole lot of different things. They had to, the car got destroyed in the fire, so they had to replace a vehicle. One of the benefits was is his work van got destroyed, and it was kind of a benefit, kind of a sucky thing, well, at least for his employer. But I guess what happened was he took his truck to work and then brought his work van home, so his truck was sitting at work. So in the very aftermath of the fire, they at least had one vehicle for the family in the aftermath of the fire to get around and everything else. So that was one of the things that they kind of, I guess you could say, got lucky on. But yeah, this was really, really a difficult undertaking, and just everything that they've had to go through. It was just, one small thing that I could do just to make their life a little easier and be a little bit more helpful. So that is why I decided to take this on for the entire season at no cost. And this is just one mow. This is the first mow of the season. I've been doing this all season. I think I still have one more mow left in the season. Actually, I have to get in the backyard and trim this down a little bit more. Front yard looks great. Backyard's kind of tall though, so I still got to get in the backyard and do one more mow for the season. But I just kind of wanted to share this opportunity with you, and a little segment of my life. And in case you were wondering why I'm so big on smoke detectors in the shop, because, well, that's where the fire started, and why I did a whole video about why you need to make sure that there's power off on all of your batteries when they're not charging. And this is just a quick overview right now of the work done. I bagged it so there's not too much left on the ground, but we will have to go through still and weed whip and get a lot of more stuff cleaned up. And I'm looking forward to this family coming back home, moving back into the neighborhood. I hope they're looking forward to moving back into the neighborhood too. I know there's a lot of neighbors that are very excited about that prospect, but it takes a while, and it's still going to be a while longer. But I will see you next time.